Good morning. I hope you're having a great day. But have you ever had a bad day? Yeah, I've had a handful of those. Jesus was having a bad day. Yeah, he was definitely having a bad day. In Matthew chapter 26, it says that the religious leaders were getting together, and it says the leading priests and elders were meeting, plotting how to capture Jesus secretly and kill him. It's not paranoia, and we know that it happened, okay? So that's verses 1 through 5 of chapter 26. We're going to talk about the next verses in just a moment, but right after this it says, then Judas Iscariot, one of the 12 disciples, went to the leading priests and asked, how much will you pay me to betray Jesus to you? And Jesus knows this is going down. He knows and he feels the hatred from the religious leaders. He knows that one of his closest friends, talked about it in Psalm 41:9, that he's going to betray him. So what happens in between has always intrigued me. It says that meanwhile Jesus was in Bethany at the home of Simon, a man who had previously had leprosy. Previously had leprosy, they had no cure for it, which means this is somebody that Jesus cured. So while he was eating, a woman came in with a beautiful alabaster jar of expensive perfume and poured it over his head. Well, that's going to get people's attention. The disciples were indignant. What a waste, they said. It could have been sold for a high price and the money given to the poor. Jesus says something that a lot of people, I think, have misinterpreted over the years. Jesus was aware of what they were thinking and saying, and so he said, why criticize this woman for doing such a good thing to me? You will always have the poor among you, but do not always have me. He's not saying don't take care of the poor, but he's calling them out too. It's like, no, you probably wanted that money for yourself. You weren't going to share it with the poor. But people have misinterpreted what Jesus said there. He didn't say don't take care of the poor, do it. But somehow this woman knew that I was having a bad day. I mean, think about it. Jesus is he had to be having a bad day. And she has poured this perfume on me to prepare my body for burial. I tell you the truth, wherever the good news is preached throughout the world, this woman's deed will be remembered and discussed. And I'm fulfilling Jesus' words right now because we're still talking about it. Jesus was having a rotten kind of day. And this woman did something which was extraordinary. Has somebody ever done something for you and it just changed the quality of the day? That's what this is about. And here we are still talking about it. So I like what James Montgomery Boyce says. He says that there's a lot of people who build memorials to themselves and do all sorts of different things. What this woman did was she simply came and she blessed Jesus. And because of that, she became a memorial. She was getting Jesus ready for burial. Whether she fully understood that or not, Jesus recognized it as such. But there's people who have done all sorts of things so that they'll be remembered and they're forgotten. And how many statues stand there and it's like, who was that guy anyway? And we don't know what they did. But Mary, 2,000 years later, a lot of people assume that it was Mary. It doesn't say that in this account, just to be clear. But her selfless, loving, extravagant act lives on as a memorial to her and a witness to the greatness of the Lord. You want to be remembered where it really matters? Do the kind of things that Mary did. Do things that are on the heart of Jesus. You don't have to build monuments. You don't have to do other things. And Jesus put it this way, whoever would save his life would lose it. But whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. For what will it profit a man if he gains the whole world but forfeits his soul? And that was Judas. Judas had everything to gain by being with Jesus, but he forfeited his very soul. Today, you can do something simple for somebody else. Jesus said that whatever you do, even to the least, somebody that the world doesn't value, when you feed them, when you give them clothing, whatever it might be, according to Matthew 25, he said, it's as if you did it to me. God bless you. Do something small but so significant for Jesus today, and it'll never be forgotten by heaven. Have a great day.